All right, 10 days of autumn. After surrounding the armies of the Western and Reserve fronts at Vyazma, German command came to the conclusion that the enemy had no major forces in the Moscow vector that could be used to oppose the further advance of Army Group Center. It was decided to turn the units of the 3rd Panzer Group and the 9th Army to the north in the direction of Rzev and Kalinin. On October 14, 1941, the formations of the 3rd Panzer Group of General G. Reinhardt burst into Kalinin virtually unopposed and captured the most important bridges over the Volga. Aircraft provided great support for ground forces with bombing runs on roads and train routes as well as nearby airfields and residential areas. The fires that raged from October 12th on resulted in complete loss of control, panic, and mass riots, which made capturing the city easier. Relying on the continued successful advance of German forces towards Torzhok and Vyshny Volchok, the command of the 8th Air Corps made a rather hasty decision to relocate some aircraft units to recently occupied airfields in the area of Kalinin. Among them was an IJG-52 that had just arrived at the Eastern Front. Alright, I was going to write down some of this for my summaries later. So this is Through the Rain, Mission 1. Alright. Okay. Through the Rain, Mission 1. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 missions. I think most of them have usually 15 missions. 3 ghastly gray shadows, forced by the low clouds to stay low to the ground, were quickly rushing to the northeast. Under them, a wide steely blue belt of the Volga flashed now and again through the gaps in the fog and the rain, their only reliable landmark in such weather. Perhaps if the situation had been slightly different, I would have found time to enjoy the scenery, comparing the predatory silhouettes of our aircraft with the formidable Valkyries from the Norse sagas, but not today. Today, everything went wrong from the very start. The morning began with me burning myself badly with spilled coffee. Then abruptly deteriorating weather conditions made us return early from the mission, and our preparations to relocate, which we began in the afternoon, started far behind schedule. Only a few vehicles from the fuel transport convoy reached the airfield, the rest firmly stuck in the mud somewhere on the way to Dugino. After refueling, some of the fighters took off immediately, while all we could do was wait. It was just starting to rain and snow, and that didn't bode well. Bad flying weather was expected for the next day. I started to prepare for the relocation at my own risk and ordered the remaining fuel divided up among the flight's aircraft, believing that I could make it regardless. When it seemed like all our problems were behind us, Fedwebel Schutz, the leader of the second pair, couldn't handle the soaked ground and spun around across the runway, breaking a landing gear strut. After much too long of a delay over the airfield, I decided to fly in a group of 3. And then, when the red eye of the fuel reserve lamp lit in my half-dark cockpit before I had estimated it would, my nerves began to give way. Below was unfriendly territory just recently occupied by our forces and teeming with Russians trying to break out. Should my engine stop, a forced landing or a parachute jump could easily cost me my life. I also understood perfectly well that if I didn't deliver the remaining aircraft to Migalvo, I would probably have to say goodbye not only to my position as commander of the flight, but to that long-awaited rank of lieutenant as well. Not the most inspiring prospect. We just passed Starista, since landing at that unequipped site seemed like suicide. According to the map, we still had about 60 kilometers to Kalinin, and I needed to make it to that airfield at all cost. Alright, so the date is October 19th, 1941. The mission's going to be at almost 6 p.m. Overcast sky. It's raining. Lovely condition. We will be landing at Migalvo. Codename is Maple. My codename is Hawk 1. Our mission is to relocate yourself as part of a flight from Dugino Airdrome to Migalvo Airdrome. You are the leader. Land on direct approach due to your low fuel. There are 3 BF-109 F2s. We have standard armament, and we only have 40 liters of fuel remaining. Mission will start in the air, follow course 45 along the Volga riverbed to Afanasyevo. From there, the route is shown on your flight map. Flight height is 400 meters, speed is 450 kilometers an hour. Mission end goal landing at Migalvo Airdrome. All right. If any of you are or speak Russian or German, I apologize in advance for my horrible mispronunciations. I can't hardly pronounce English properly, so. Okay. Let's look at my settings real quick. I'm going to turn on a few things just because after doing some practice, especially for this one, I think we'll go kind of basic. Okay. And start. All right. I even have a custom skin I want to use on the F2 here. So here's our map. We have a nice basic flight. Just fly along the river and then land at the airdrome there. All right, our setup. It must be the F4 that has the well, since I'm a new pilot, let's go with just a basic color scheme on the F2. Like that. That'll work. All right, here we go. Okay. There we go. All right. In the air. Flying. In the rain. Where's our fuel? Our fuel's there by this T handle, and yeah, it's bouncing off empty. Great. There's my buddies. Oops, I should probably turn the desktop here back up so you can hear something other than just me. About there, hopefully. Alright, if you're watching, let me know if that's too loud on the engine noise and everything. Got some gunfire off in the distance, back and forth over the river. Hopefully there's no Russians up flying around in this weather today that we have to worry about. some tanks, combat going on down there. In the future, on some of these legs where you're just kind of flying still over your territory, I'll probably use autopilot time compression just to save a little time, everything. But flying in the rain is kind of neat. Get up a little bit higher though. 500 feet off the ground. I need to be right under the clouds. How's that feel doing? Look, now I'm in the clouds. About 1,000 feet is where the center's at, or the ceiling's at. Got some more fighting coming up ahead. Keep chopping way down. Artillery there. Looks like the ceiling is dropping a little bit, or maybe that's smoke. We're almost there though. Well, we're probably about halfway there. Let's look at the big map and see. Oh no, we're almost there. Apparently one of my wingmen though. Oh no, the map's doing its weird. People are not quite in the right place. Because both my wingmen are right here on me, so. The tricky part on this is going to be slowing down without a lot of altitude to burn off. There we go. Here we go. We've got our clearance to land. We need to slow way down. Under 200 miles per hour before we start dropping gear and flaps. Oops, the runway's getting away from me. Well, this will help burn off some speed. Do kind of a steep S-turn here to get line back up. Definitely don't want to stall out on the landing. I'm going to bring in some flaps. Bring in some more flaps. Oops, oh, there go my gear, that's okay. Wrong switch. There's our flare. Bring in a little bit of power. Don't want to stall. Was that artillery just hit at the end of the runway? There we go, coming in. Chop the throttle. Settle down. balloon in a little bit. Let her settle. There we go. On the ground, bringing the flaps up, bringing in some brakes. Whoa, not too much brake. Don't want to ground. Flaps up, a little more brake. Yeah, that's artillery hitting around on the airbase. Get off the runway here. We'll head over to this hangar over here. Hopefully artillery doesn't hit us. We have landed. And we should get, there we go. There's our escape. Shut the engine off. A little backfire. A little more backfire. Alright. Excellent. First mission success. No engagement with the enemy. Other than they're shooting at us. So, success. One attempt. 0 kills. No engagement. Alright. Our event log. Stayed on course pretty much the whole way. Got a little bit off there. You can see where I almost missed the runway. Alright. So, mission 2. We'll go ahead and do that, because that only took like 15 minutes. Shepherds and sheep. Alright. As I left the headquarters building in all haste, I struggled to light a cigarette and then inhaled feverishly. Never before in my life did I have to repeat affirmative, Herr Oberlieutenant, and all my fault, Herr Oberlieutenant, so many times. I had to report not only to my Staffelkapitän, but also to Lessman, the commander of the group himself, who just happened to be around at the wrong time. But everything seemed to work out all right. My hasty, ill-considered decision won't have any far-reaching consequences, and Schultz, after his aircraft is patched up, will ferry the fighter together with the others left to be repaired in Dugino. As for me, I was to command a pair. It was unsafe in Kalinin due to artillery bombardment and the continuing fighting on the city's outskirts, so the guys and I decided to accommodate ourselves in the village of Danivlasko something, in a log house that was ramshackle but fairly clean inside. Our host, a woman of a fairly uncertain age, and an old man who moved around on crutches, were very quiet, trying not to appear in our presence more often than necessary. We caused each other no inconveniences, except for one time when I accidentally noticed a photo of 2 quite young, uniformed boys in the arms of our hostess. Apparently they were her sons. Greatly frightened, she quickly explained with gestures that they had died. We didn't return to that situation again, and I didn't report anything, as that could turn out badly for her. We had more than enough time to settle down, since bad weather conditions kept us from engaging in combat activities until a day had passed. In the morning, as soon as the rain stopped and the sky cleared up a little bit, my pair was given a task to meet and cover the transport plane with the remaining mechanics and the group's property, which only managed to take off from Dugino that same day. Russian soldiers were moving all about near Kalinin, so we could not afford any risk. Date, October 21st, 1941. It is 10:30 a.m. Strongly overcast sky. Ceiling is at 900 meters. Again, we're at Meglavo, which is Maple, and we are Hawk 1. Make a sortie and prepare to cover a Ju-52 transport plane. Estimating meeting time and place 10:35, Pushkino region. You are the leader. 2 F2s, standard armament, full tank of fuel this time. After you obtain permission from the command post, green flare is launched. Take off, head northeast, follow course 160 to Zvetkovo. The subsequent route is shown on your flight map. Flight height is 750, speed is 450. Mission end goal, landing the covered landing the covered transport plane and then your fighter at Miglavo Airdrome. So we got to go find them and bring them back here. So it should be a relatively quick mission. Okay. Before I start, a little sip. All right. This time we get to take off. Hopefully I don't screw up the takeoff. Every now and then I let the nose come up too much and I clip the prop on the ground. Alright. So we got a nice big diamond. We take off, we head east and then southeast, southwest, and then back. Alright. Look at our setup. Okay. What did I go with last time? I went with the Wilka, #1. And we've got our full tank of fuel. And it said that, you know, you can always modify stuff. So yeah, we can't change our weapons. We can't change our fuel amount. We can change our paint scheme and do a few internal mods. Alright. Looks a little better weather-wise. There goes our flare. We've got our permission to take off. Here comes some BF-110s. Alright, here we go. Bring that rudder in. Bring that rudder in. There we go. Bring the nose up. Hold her. And rotate. And we're airborne. Gear up. We got some BF-109Es up there. Going somewhere. My wingman is taking off. I wonder if these Emiles are going to follow us. That'd be nice. Oh, there's some anti-aircraft fire shooting at. Oh, it looks like maybe some incoming bombers way over there. We got some tanks or something on the ground moving around there. So 900 meters is where the ceiling is at. We're at 1,600 feet, about 500 meters it looks like. Just going to go up a little bit higher. Pull our throttle back into continuous mode about 70%. One thing I do like about the German aircraft, at least the Messerschmitts and the Focke-Wulfs that I've flown in this, is their engine management is automated for the most parts, which was real in World War II. They had it much all integrated, I'm sure with relays and some circuitry to automatically control the pitch prop and the fuel mixture and stuff, so all you had to do was work the throttle, which made that a lot less workload for the pilot. And on this, I still have the radiator and the oil coolers are still automatically controlled as well. As I progress and get more comfortable with it, I might turn some of that on manually so I can do that myself. So, but our temperatures are fine, our fuel is fine, our fuel and oil temperature pressures are fine. I think I'll keep it around 1,600 feet. Cruise along at 300 miles an hour. Or, yeah, about just under 500 kilometers an hour. We're actually a little fast for the mission briefing. I guess since we're meeting a bomber, I should probably slow down. bomber? Ju-52, the tri-motor. There's some tanks, maybe, down below. There's our wingman. Oh, we've got radar contact coming up. What time is it? Game. It's almost 10:35. We've got about a minute to go. I was a little fast, so hopefully I didn't overfly our meeting point. There's something up in the clouds. It's a Russian, their little 2-engine medium bomber, more of a light bomber. He's up high enough, I'm not going to worry about him, because we're looking for our Ju-52. Who should be, it looks like he's over this little city somewhere. Meeting and company target transport Ju-52. Alright. That must be him there. Oops. There we go. That is him. Ju-52. This is part of the reason I have the UI markers on. I probably would never have seen him otherwise. So there he is. Oops, don't stall out here, Dave. We'll get in formation with him. Hopefully he can do 300 miles an hour. To make this a little easier, I think we will turn on the autopilot, because it will do a much better job at maintaining formation with a slower aircraft than I will. Looks like maybe we're gonna fly circles around it. The oil coolers, you put at 35%, radiators and stuff. Cool. Okay. I've got them mapped on my HOTAS, so I'll be able to do that. I even put them on a couple little radio dials, so I can open them partially like that. Where did our friend go? Must be just underneath us. Yeah, he's down low. Wow. And slow. Yeah, we're doing 175. Trying to keep up with him. Trying not to get away from him, I guess I should say. Up in the clouds a little bit too. hopefully with this low cover there won't be any enemy aircraft up and around. I say hopefully, I do want to start getting some action going. But we're well behind our lines, so there probably won't be any. All of our engine gauges are doing good. Town. I'm looking forward to that new the update to the clouds. They look pretty cool. I mean, I think these look good enough, really. So it'll be interesting to see how much improved the new ones are. Oh, we do have some aircraft on the map, but they're probably pretty far. They're pretty far away. Now we do have some people up by our air base. Look at that. We'll get up here around this waypoint, then I'll take back over from the autopilot and go see what these aircraft are. Doing? Is he taking us up above the clouds? He is. I don't know what the autopilot's doing. There we go. Alright. Turn off autopilot. There we go. Mid-threes. Yeah, the Ju-88, yeah. Alright. Of course you go right in the clouds. Oops. Shooting all around him. Ah, don't hit me. Scissors. What the? Where's our... Where is our escort craft? I need to go find my escort, make sure he's not getting bounced. Is that him? Hopefully. somebody behind me. Okay. Is that my guy? Let's figure out what's going on with my escort. He's over here. BF-109. Well, I've managed to lose the transport I was supposed to be escorting, so I'm hoping he's okay. We will go ahead and see about re-engaging some of these MiGs. They're all way up above me. Beds. Boy, there's a lot of them. I wonder if that's my transport way over there. Yes. Alright, good. So, I gotta keep these guys off of him. Why am I only at 88% throttle? I guess maybe it's overriding me, so I don't blow up the engine. Slow, don't you? There's some hits. There's a lot of hits. Closer. I totally forgot about setting my convergence. I got him. Not sure if that's entirely down or not. That's okay. We've got other targets that we can go after. Oh, wow, he was coming at me. Whoops. Oh boy. Oh, good. The transport made it down. There's a hit. Some more hits. more hits. Dang. Alright, he's on fire, so I'm going to leave him. See if we can get above these clouds. And since they said my escort made it in, we're going to head back to base because not only did the plane get hits, but I myself got hit, so let's see if we can get out of here without, yeah, there's another hole over here and a big old hole there. Do I have any holes in my instrument panel? Ah, come on, there we go. No. Alright. I think my wingman's already landing at base. Big ol' airdrome. We got 2 runways. Look at that. 4 technically. 2 physical runways. Got holes in the wings and everything. Those were head-on hits, so not smoking. That's good. Yeah, there's a bunch of hits on the side though. Alright, yeah, there's some blood on my goggles. Slip in a little bit here, burn off a little more altitude. There we go. Now a little bit of speed, coming in pretty fast. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in some flaps. Drop the gear a little fast, but we're gonna have quite a lot of ground effect here. Ah, oh boy, that was a big bounce. Alright, we're okay. That's gonna be hard. Oh, there we go. There we go. Flaps up. Go ahead and clear the runway. Almost used up all the runway there. Okay. And we'll bring this to a stop. Open up our canopy, get some fresh air. Look at the bullet holes. Oops. Alright. We're on the ground. We got our mission complete. Alright. Hey, we got 2 kills. So we did get those guys. So we got success. 1 attempt. 2 kills. Light, 2 kills total for my career. Alright. That took 20 minutes. 22 minutes. Look at the event log. Yeah, that went pretty good. So I got this guy and that guy a couple of minutes apart. And somebody else got another one at least. Over here, over the city, that's where some I-16s. Maybe that's where those, oh no, was it all flak? These two are just, no, that one got shot down by a Emil. This one got shot down by a flak gun. And this one is just down. Who knows? What is this? Huh. Artillery destroyed one of our flak guns. Interesting. Alright. Oh, and way over here, a machine gun was destroyed by one of our artillery pieces. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, I kind of wish the stats screen would show like some of those details. Like, did my wingman get any kills? Did he get this guy? You know? Well, that just says down. Maybe not. You know, did we lose any aircraft? Don't know. So, alright. So, I think that will do it for today. 2 missions. Not too bad. The first one was kind of dull where it was just flying to the new base, but that's alright. So next time will be Mission 3, Uninvited Guests. So I will see you guys next Sunday at 8:30 again, and we'll do a couple more. Excellent. I'm going to get this posted up to my YouTube channel later on today. It takes a while to transfer it over and everything, but it'll be there for you to watch, and I think it stays on. That's my bird. It stays on Twitch for a month or something. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.